Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Adult Talk Minis. Today, we've got episode 4 and 5
Yes.
of Daredevil, because episode 4 was kind of slow.
Yep.
Episode 5, Fabian said he didn't really like episode 5. It wasn't his cup of tea, per
I like
se.
the action in episode 5.
It was
a
good.
lot.
The 5 seconds of action at the end.
Yeah.
It was pretty
really
good.
Yeah. No,
And
there was a fight in like the
In the
stairway.
hallway. For a little bit.
That was fun. I like that.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like how Kristen just listens to Matt. He's like, yo, call the police. And he hangs up. And she just says, you're...
Because why would you... Damn, I thought I was in my chair. I want to do this
you
on
must
my
do that,
armchair.
yeah. It's
I don't have.
So that was good. That
Yeah.
was cool. She just be listening to the kid. And I think that's nice. She doesn't be like... She's not like one of those characters like, why? What happened? She just...
That's
does
some
it.
shit Karen would do. That's why I like her better than Karen.
That's true. But, we miss Karen. She hasn't appeared yet. You said she would appear later in the season. We still got like 2 episodes to go to catch up. We've been binging this the whole day, so everything's pretty fresh for me. So what happened in episode 4?
Episode 4 was the black guy that stole the kettle corn or kettle corn.
Yeah, we were having that
And he had
political
to-
debate.
He had to get him.
He wanted probation,
Yeah, but he couldn't.
but bro got 10
Investigated
days in
10
prison.
days, yeah.
Not jail, prison. He went to Rikers, which is kind of crazy for stealing, for
kept-
petty larceny.
Yeah.
But he was mad at Matt. He was like, "Oh, I got the fucking blind guy. I'ma lose," which is crazy because I don't understand why he wouldn't know who Matt is, but he literally
After Matt
just
literally-
finished like winning a fucking crazy ass
Yeah,
case.
and also he put Wilson Fisk in jail.
Yeah, that's true. And
The
he was
current
defending
mayor?
the Punisher on trial.
He's one of the most famous
lawyers.
in,
Period.
Yeah, in that
right?
town.
In that universe. Not
and
even
no one can really afford Matt anymore, so he's just doing it out of the kindness of his own
Bro's
heart.
like, you don't got money?
I got you, son.
I got you, fam. Don't worry about it. He's like, whatchamacallit, the White Tiger, he says it. He's like,
He's like,
bro, I can't afford you. He's
Yeah.
like, don't worry about it. I got you. And it didn't work out. He got killed. That sucks.
But he won the case, so I'm
He
guessing
did.
he got paid.
Hey, a dub's a dub.
Yeah, he
No,
got
he
the
didn't
case.
get paid. Nobody paid him. He told them that he wasn't gonna charge
Right.
him. So yeah, so there's a thing.
Wait, did anything else happen for besides that?
Fisk is like going to therapy. The therapist thinks that he's a threat to his wife, and his wife's like, that's cute. That's
Yeah,
cute.
like,
Thank
he's
you.
not-
Like he's my bitch though. Like that's my bitch.
Kind of.
Like
kind of,
that's
yeah.
my bitch. Like that's
He's
my
insane,
bitch.
but
Like,
not to hurt her. Basically, is what she's saying.
And then what's that kid's name? The Fisk 2.0, Baby Fisk, Junior Fisk.
Yeah. What was his name?
The little intern kid, whoever he is.
BB's friend. I remember her name, but I don't
Yeah.
know his friend. Yeah.
Because he's irrelevant. But
Oh, he got the leak out, right?
yeah,
That
he
happened?
leaked it to BB, and as soon as he was macking it up in the thing, we were all as a group collectively. We were like, "What are you doing?"
Why would you immediately leak that shit?
He was like, "Yo, I gotta go because we got a really important case. Like, he's gonna meet with like this super cool, eco-friendly
recycling
recycling
place, yeah.
company." And then BB took it, and,
And
she
she's
told,
like, "Oh, you know what? You are actually drunk. You should go home. Wanna know why? Because she was gonna go home and write that fucking
yeah, she sobered
article,
up
yeah.
immediately,
yeah.
bro.
Immediately went to go write
And
that
she
article.
wrote that article. Did she publish that article?
She didn't publish it till the next day. That's why when he wasn't doing that.
But that was her website, though, right?
Yeah, BB. Yeah, that's her website. It's
Is
her
it?
blog.
So I'm not sure why Fisk didn't just put the 2 and 2 together, where he was like, "Who leaked this information?"
Well, because BB's a reporter, she could have got it from anyone.
That's true.
He doesn't want to just assume immediately, but the kid.
But
did
he
admit
should
to
have,
it
like, he should have,
immediately.
yeah, he did, which I thought, like, he respected.
Admirable, yeah, for sure.
He was like, "You're not a bitch. Like, you talk too much.
Yeah, but you.
But you're
stood
not
up.
a bitch.
Yeah.
Like that's cool. Like you could see his whole demeanor change, and he was like basically not even pleading for his job. He was just like, "Yo,
Yeah.
like I'm your big, like I'm a big fan, regardless if I work here or not. Like I know I made a mistake. I'm not even asking for forgiveness, but like
I believe in you.
I
Even
believe
if I
in
don't
you.
work for you, I will still vote.
I'm a
like, for it.
fisker,
Yeah.
you know. I be fisking out here, please. Like I believe in your mayor. What do you say, mayor? He used the word
The
mayor
word mayor
like a
in it.
verb,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Mayorism.
Crispy. Yeah, something like that, right?
Some shit like that.
Something like that. And then Fisk was just like, "What the fuck?"
Hi, Dick Rider.
Like,
No, the girl
I-
next to them was like,
yeah,
Dick
yeah,
Rider,
she was
Dick
like-
Rider.
making these expressions like, and then she was like, "Bro, just shut up, shut up." Like he's not firing you. You're good.
Yeah.
Leave, like, stop glazing him.
Yeah,
And
well,
even
he's-
Fisk was like, yo, bro,
Do
stop
you,
glazing
do you want a
me.
job or not? Like, shut up.
And he was like, I respect that. But basically, I think what we were trying to figure out is what was, because the headline was like that mayor garbage, union buster.
Oh, wait a minute. Didn't we see the Punisher in one of the episodes? Was that 4?
Yeah, we did see the Punisher
See,
for episode 4.
I like
yeah.
that scene a lot.
It was very short. I
But
forgot
I do
about
like
that.
that scene between the two of them.
Let's wrap up on the Fist stuff then first, and then we'll talk
Okay.
about the Punisher.
Yeah.
The Punisher. Basically, I think what we were trying to figure out why did the headline say he was trying to union bust?
Yeah.
Right. So basically,
I didn't
union
understand that part.
busting means to break up a union currently, right? Which some people advocate for the benefit of a union. You know, everybody who's in the union gets the same, kind of rights, longevity,
Good pay.
sustainable pay,
Yeah.
things like that.
Job
but also
security.
the negativities of like a union is like, you ever wonder why a highway is under construction for like
Yep.
a year,
Yep.
2 years? It's
Yep.
it's because of that.
I know.
Like, to be honest, like,
because they can
I
only
understand
the
the
union.
value of the union that you're in,
Yeah.
the job security that you
yeah,
have.
yeah.
But on the other hand,
Production.
like
speed.
yeah,
We
take
could've
a
been done,
year and a
yeah.
half to 2 years and 3 years. to
Scaffolding
do
would
the
still
same
be up.
thing.
Yep.
So there's the pros and cons to that.
Yeah.
One is thinking about the workers and the laborers point of view and their experiences as workers and as laborers. And then there's one thing of like the everybody else's who is affected by that, like the traffic it causes to have a 3-lane highway lose 2 of their lanes. Like,
Yeah, because it's been in construction for so long. Yeah.
The delays and like other people are losing productivity because of that, like things like that. So I think the main point, I think Fisk was just probably trying to find a way to clean up the city, like you were saying, like in like assistance, not like to stop
Get rid of
one
it,
or
yeah.
another. But I think
They were taking it.
they
like
just
that.
took it. They just took that headline and just ran with it. Like,
Yeah,
oh, he's
yeah.
trying to get rid of this union. He wants to remove jobs. He wants to replace these jobs with another company. I don't think that was his intention.
Yeah, I think it was just looking to clean the streets up.
Yeah, like
basically.
you
He
said, like,
there
to
was too
help.
much there was too much trash, so he wanted to clean the streets up.
But I want to see where that storyline goes. To be honest,
That's what I'm saying, because it seems like he has good plans on actually being a good mayor.
true.
But what's his motive actually?
I
Why
think-
did he even decide to be a
I think
mayor?
he just wants to be a good mayor.
Like actually,
I think
he
his
just
wife
doesn't want to be a kingpin.
hates that.
That she wants him to be the
She's like,
kingpin.
you're like, why do I have to be this boss ass bitch?
Mm-hmm.
I think she just wants to be in her soft girl era again, like when she didn't know about his crime.
Yeah, yeah,
she wasn't
yeah.
in charge of this.
She was just an art dealer or whatever.
She was just like, she's like, wow, I can't believe I sold a $2 million painting today, and it's
Yeah,
like,
it's
it's
him.
like, it's like,
That's one of his
it's like,
friends.
there's a painting, like.
Yeah.
She's like, I can't believe I sold that today. I'm like, and he's like, oh baby, congrats, good job. And he's washing his money with it.
Yeah,
Like,
literally.
you're the best. Like, so I think she misses that like simplicity of like what she used to have her life. And I feel like now that she has been in his place for
Yeah.
however many
However long he
years,
was out, yeah.
she just can't see him in that position anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I think, especially now with him wanting to come back and be the mayor, and she's like, I can't believe you want to come back and be the fucking mayor. Why? Like, I think that's the question, right?
Yeah.
That you have,
That's
the
the
audience
question I have.
has. Like,
Why did he want to be a
she
mayor?
has. Why do you want to be the mayor?
Just to honestly just make New York better, or is it a vendetta? Like he wants everyone to hate vigilantes because of what Daredevil did to him.
I think both. I think like he, in his own way, he knows how corrupt the city was
Yeah.
because he was part of that corruption.
Okay.
Did he cause that corruption? No. But was he?
Did he benefit from it? Yes.
Yes. And was he an active player in that? For
Yes.
sure. For sure. And I think he's just like tired of like corruption in general. He's like, I'm a good guy. He's thinking to himself, I'm a good guy. Like you benefit, like they would benefit if I was like in charge of all the corruption.
Yeah.
So I think that's where like his head is at. He's like, if anybody should be in charge of all this corruption, it should be me. And then his wife doesn't see it that way. His wife is like, you're just.
You think she wants? Do you think she wants the power? She wants to be the kingpin, or she just wants him to go back to
I
being
just
the kingpin?
think she doesn't want him. Period anymore. I think.
I mean, she can't have the other man. You saw what
can't.
you saw what he did to
which
him.
we saw that in this episode too,
Yeah,
right?
we did,
At the
yeah.
end. So we'll just jump to that real quick. Touch on
Yeah,
that.
okay.
He had a pasta dinner with
Correct.
steak.
Now you know why he was only eating an egg and one asparagus every morning.
Why?
Because he was having that late night nudge every night and beating Adam up. That's why you saw his knuckles all red, and you were like, "Why does his knuckles look like that?"
Every time I have
So
breakfast,
every night,
he'll beat the shit out of him and then eat food in front of him.
Yep.
That's
Why he
fucked
can't eat?
up.
A big ass. It was like sausages and pasta. It was like mad food.
I told you that. I told you he's a sick fuck.
I know that.
I was like, yo, I'll do the trickle down waterboarding system. And you were like, you looked at me like I was Kingpin. But I'm like, but if
you was thinking like him.
if I had to put on the white suit, the crash out,
he don't wear
suit,
it no more. He don't wear it. He
doesn't.
wears that gray suit. Now
I think
all the
he's
time.
gonna wear it.
I think so too. I think by the end of the season, for sure, he's gonna put that shit on. Or like when he like, I don't know, is on like stage as a mayor.
Can I tell you something?
What?
I think Vanessa's gonna betray him.
Really?
I don't even think the final battle will be.
Do you think he'll kill her if he finds out, or do you think he loves her too
shit.
much?
He'll stomp her shit.
Really?
Yeah,
I think he's too in love with her.
I think he's like
so obsessed with her.
I know, but I think he's that obsession. If she betrays him, he's gonna turn to rage real quick because he's like fighting back some of it. Like even before he figured out who Adam was, like he didn't have an outlet for it, right?
Yeah.
Let's say in the next few episodes he kills Adam by accident, like
he promised her he promised her he wouldn't, and he's kept that promise. He hasn't killed him.
True, but like he could just kill him by accident because he's a big brother guy.
Yeah.
And I think if she betrays him and gets him like impeached or something, or like in that direction, he just flip the fuck out and just beat the shit out of her.
Maybe.
But I think she betrays him. I don't even think we have a final boss battle between Matt Murdock and Kingpin.
And Kingpin? Maybe.
Yeah, I think this.
So who do you think is the final bad boss then?
For either of them? I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay. Does it need it? I feel like it's gonna be one of those seasons where like this season leads into the next season like immediately.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Like one of the it's a few shows that do that where like it just picks off right like Walking Dead.
And at the end of this episode, we also saw Muse. What do you think?
Episode 4. I don't know who that is. He could be the real. He could be the real big bad of this season.
Do you think?
Why did he save the police officer? What is he gonna do? Like just drain his blood the whole time?
Maybe.
I don't understand who.
What police officer?
The guy that got hit by the train.
Yeah.
He saved him.
No, he didn't.
That was the guy.
No, it was a different police officer.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 100%.
Are we positive about that?
Yeah, it's not that.
Are we
that guy got splattered by a train, dog. He's gone.
But he could have just like threw some blood out there.
No.
What if is he not superhuman, Muse?
In the comic books,
is he not like Cloak?
In the comic books, he's superhuman. In the comic books, he's an inhuman.
But are we sure that he's not superhuman here?
I don't know. I guess we'll have to see.
We're not sure, right?
I mean, I don't know.
Maybe
see next
we'll keep
episode.
It open-ended.
I'm gonna keep it open-ended because I don't want to spoil it.
Oh, okay.
But in the comic books, he is an inhuman and he does have superpowers.
Okay,
that's all I'm gonna say.
All right. So,
he
looks creepy as fuck.
Correct.
He looks like a luchador mask, but like a demon.
And his whole thing is that he likes to kill people, drain their body of every ounce of blood, and then paint with it.
Damn, I thought he drained them first, and because of that, they died.
Well, yeah. Also.
So that's what he does. That's what I figured he would do.
He's draining them because he wants to paint with the blood. He likes painting with blood.
One of the ladies in Matt Murdock's life is gonna get taken at one point, whether it be Kirsten or his new boo.
Kristen is not
the lawyer.
Oh, you're the lawyer.
Yeah,
lady.
But she's just like in his life.
I keep forgetting what's his real the therapist lady. What's her name? His actual girl. Not Kristen is the lawyer. Yeah, the therapist is the
therapist. Kristen's the lawyer
that like he flirts with at work sometimes.
Yeah, but
his girl is the therapist.
Yeah. So I think one of those two ladies get taken at some point, or both,
or maybe Cherry. He fucks with Cherry heavy. Or Karen, they could bring Karen back.
They could bring Karen back just to get
he
fucking
stole her
kidnapped.
From. Yeah, I mean she does get kidnapped almost every season.
Every season, that would be a tradition.
To bring her back just to get kidnapped.
To get kidnapped, that would be fucking insane.
Loses both Foggy and Karen in that one.
That's fucked up
season.
You would send him spiraling into that. But episode 4, pretty decent.
I like episode
slow
4.
episode. Yeah, I'll give it like a 7.5.
This is the kettle corn one, right?
Yeah.
I give kettle corn 1 a 7.
Because the Punisher gave it that 0.5.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. I would give it a 7 if the Punisher stuff didn't.
They had a bro moment.
Yeah, that moment between them was fantastic. Like, I agree. Yeah.
He was like, "Come on, let it out.
Come on, Red.
Say his name, Red.
Come on, Red.
You can't say it, Foggy."
Yeah, he didn't say it though, for real.
No, he didn't.
He didn't say it once. Only the Punisher said his name. So
he's like, it's not about him.
You know what? I'll give it an 8. Then.
It's not about him.
I'll give it an extra point I'll give it an extra point
It's not
for
about
that
him,
scene.
Fabian. It's not about him.
I'll give him.
He's like, well, you want my permission to kill people? Is that it? And then
I hear my little boy.
He was like,
He
you
tells
hear
me-
him, right?
He tells me to kill him. He says, "Get him, daddy."
Get him, daddy. Yeah. I was like, you're just insane. And I
Frank,
think,
you're insane. A little boy who was like 3 years old when he died is not telling you to
and
murder
I
people.
think like Matt, he had Matt a little bit. He was like, yeah, man, I do hear him. He's like, yeah, my little boy tells him, get him, dad. And he's like, and then
Immediately like, I forget. You're crazy.
he's like, never mind.
You're insane. I forget, man.
You almost had me.
You almost
though.
had me, Frank. But I forget. You're
I
actually
was
a
almost
maniac.
on your side, and then you just took it to another level that I can't be at. So I thought that was funny. And then he punched him. He's like, "What are you sorry for, huh?"
It's the first honest thing you did today, Red.
I
actually like those lines, but I'm
Yeah.
telling you, he be cooking.
Mm-hmm. I would hope there's like in universe.
You know that one TikTok you sent me of him, where it's
Who?
like, I know you sent me to it when you were watching The Walking Dead, and he's in it. And you sent me a TikTok. That was like, it's not a scene if this nigga don't either rub his head or say, "You know what I mean," and he does it in every show he's in. He says that. You know what I mean, Red, and he does it in The Bear. He goes, "You know what I mean, Carm." He does it in every fucking every role he's in. He says that one line, and it was making me cry because when I was watching it originally, he hit it, and I remember that TikTok.
Bro, John Berthol's a guy.
He's
I
listen,
love that guy. Are we getting,
God said I love him.
Are we getting a show for him?
Hopefully, maybe.
I hope, man. I hope when we reboot the whole Marvel universe, I hope we
Never
just
get rid of
keep
them?
some of them.
Yeah,
you
they
know,
won't,
like,
they won't.
Keep Charlie Cox.
Why even
keep John Berthold.
why make all that if they're not gonna keep him, right?
Yeah.
They'll keep him for if it's successful. If it's not, they'll reboot it. That's how
I mean,
business is usually.
it's
doing good.
so far.
It's
and
doing
it's
good.
actually not. So far, it's treading at the same level as the Acolyte.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
The Acolyte did horrible.
Like you said, episodes 3, 4, like and 5, right?
People were complaining,
people
yeah.
about those episodes, and I think it's like showing, like,
Yeah.
in the ratings or whatever. I enjoyed those episodes. Again, I enjoyed the politics and stuff like that.
Yeah, I
enjoyed
don't mind.
things like that. I think we learned a lot in episode 4 about like.
But I think after this one, the one that I said isn't my favorite, we pick back up, and then I started loving every episode after this. So
let's jump into episode 5. Matt Murdock is
at a bank trying to get
at
a
bank,
loan
trying to get a small loan of
for his
$8 million.
firm with Criston or whatever.
Kristen.
It's not Kristen. It's Criston or something. They say it weird.
He's Irish, apparently.
He is,
I
yeah.
learned
I've
just
known that.
now.
I've
I
known
didn't know
that.
that.
But he literally doesn't. He doesn't.
Maybe
he's not Irish at all.
Maybe
At least the actor isn't Irish at all because he doesn't have an accent or
Who, Matt
nothing.
Murdock?
Yeah. Matt doesn't also. He speaks regular English.
Charlie
He
Cox,
speaks like a New York person in the comics because that's where he lives. So I don't know.
he's in the bank with
Kamala
Kamala
Khan's
Khan's dad.
Kamala Khan's
and I
dad.
knew who that was. I was like, oh, Miss
Yeah,
Marvel.
yeah,
and then
yeah,
you were
yeah.
like, yeah. I was like, oh
Yeah.
shit, I paid attention to that movie. It's cool. That's cool. That was a nice interaction.
It's good
right?
that like he interacts with the MCU now, like
he's
Spider-Man, Kamala Khan,
Yeah, that's cool. Even if it's by name, he's got to go get some dinner with them.
She-Hulk. It's good to see him in all these other like
is good.
Marvel projects and
it's-
like be referenced, and vice versa.
He's a good lawyer. Apparently.
They also bring up Spider-Man in this show. If you didn't catch on,
Yeah, I saw.
he says,
the guy like when he's like people in
in
with
New
skull
York.
shirts.
Yeah, he says like the vigilantes who work in New York, and
Yeah.
he brings up the Spider-Man. He's like, and the dude in the spider outfit.
Yeah. I can't wait for that too, though.
I want to see him
For
and
some
Spider-Man go off
reason,
each other.
I
Yeah.
know that he's not able to be done. Like his character is not able to be portrayed in movies right now.
Who?
Fisk. It's only
because
TV
of
shows.
this?
No, it's only TV shows. There's something going on with the rights where like
Really?
It's only,
so
like-
they can't hire him to be in a movie.
he wants to. He said it like in an interview that I saw. He's like he wishes that he would be able to do.
Is that why Daredevil's always in movies, but he isn't?
Yeah.
He is in the Hawkeye show. Very good. He's in the Echo
Which is
show.
good. I like
which is good.
that. I like that.
Yeah,
This guy
and
is
they
like
the show
still.
carries over. Like he got shot in Echo, and they
Yeah.
reference it that he got shot here, and I was like, I didn't think they'd ever bring that up.
And then they keep the scar on his
Yeah,
face.
on his face the whole time.
Like not even like there's moments where like they like forget to maybe
like,
put it on
yeah,
there. It's like
continuity,
always
yeah,
there.
it's always there. The continuity is always there. They always have his like bullets rule.
Yeah, except when like they're like, oh, we gotta cover this up, and they're covering it up,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, that's pretty cool that they kept that going. What else?
He's getting a loan. Kamala Khan's dad.
Yeah.
They say no.
They dub him.
They
Just
say
like
no for the
Peter Parker.
loan.
He'll get
And
dumped.
then they start getting robbed by Luca's boys. And Luca is, we haven't really talked about this whole thing. He's part of the tracksuit gang that is also in Hawkeye that Fisk also runs. But in this one, because Fisk was away since he got shot, the wife was in charge. And since he came back, she stopped being in charge. So now none of them have any order. They're all just doing whatever the fuck they want.
He's out there playing mayor when he should be playing kingpin.
Exactly. So the gangs have been dumb and doing dumb shit. So
Fucking each other up.
exactly. And so now this one, last episode, he shot somebody. His gang shot up somebody at a dock.
in their heads.
Yeah, and then Fisk was like, "You need to pay that person back for like the fact that all his drugs got taken by the cops because of the crime you committed."
Yeah.
And he was like, "I'm not doing that." And in order,
it's 1.8 mil. By the
yeah,
way.
and now in this episode, that's him trying to get the 1.8 mil. Was trying to steal that diamond, and it goes south immediately. Like they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Because of Daredevil.
Yeah.
He gets dubbed. Instead of doing what he normally does, is like hearing a crime and then walking away.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna go back and pretend I'm super blind. And he walks in like it's an intense hostage situation.
Is the bank still open?
And then the guy goes, someone go fucking lock the door. And it's a good thing they did that, because then the cops come like almost immediately after he shows up.
It was
On
Matt
the
who
phone.
called.
Matt calls Kristen.
Yeah.
Let's just call her Kristen for continuity's sake. Kristen, and then she calls the cops, and they get there pretty fast. And then I do understand the jokes that you were saying, where like some of it was kind of like not landing.
Yeah, for me at least. Yeah, I felt like
negotiator.
the tone so far has been like really good for me. Like, and I feel like this one episode.
It was just a little strange.
Teeter-tattered on the tone way too much. Like, it was either way too comedic, and then at the end, it goes right back to what it used to, like, super violent, super, like, serious, heavy and serious. And I'm like, you gotta, if you're gonna teeter-tatter, like, you gotta, like you were saying, yeah, because in the other episodes, like, when they were doing comedy, it was, like, little, like, hits, and I was like, all right, that made me giggle. But this, it was, like, they were trying too hard for a lot of it.
Like, I didn't, like, ha-ha loudly.
Yeah, I didn't laugh at all in any of this episode. Like, when Kamala's dad was making jokes, I never laughed. The penguin joke, the leprechaun penguin joke, I didn't laugh.
I laughed at that one. That was the only time I laughed. That's because I was like, no way you fucked a penguin.
The like Irish joke that he was making like an accent on the like radio back to him, I didn't laugh.
I don't think that was meant to be a joke. I thought he was dead ass serious, just trying to blend in.
It was supposed to be a joke that he like fell for a shitty Irish accent.
Oh, was
being
it?
an Irishman.
Yeah.
So
I just thought he was just like.
But then like the fight scenes, him having to take out a guard and not make any noise, and then almost drop the gun. That was
like,
cool as shit.
I was like, why is that so muted?
Because he was being silent on purpose.
Bro, I don't understand how you could fight somebody like that
and not make any noise.
Not make any noise. That was really crazy.
Because even if I was the dude getting my ass beat, if I noticed,
I would be making a noise.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, I know he's trying to not. He's choking me, so I don't make. I'm gonna start stomping and making noise so my friends can hear me.
Yeah.
I would immediately start yelling or some shit. That man just sat there and got his ass kicked immediately.
It's because he didn't expect that.
Yeah, from a blind man.
Yeah.
You know what? Nah, I'd get my ass kicked because I wouldn't expect it from a blind man either. I would have never thought a blind man could do the shit that he was doing. I'd be like, what the fuck is happening?
Bro, Matt Murdock locked in.
Mm-hmm. You know what I did laugh at and smiled? When he opened the vault door and that Kamala's dad was like, what type of lawyer? He's like, a very good one. I was like, yeah, he did it.
Yeah. You're like, oh, we did it. He did the thing.
But I remember even the first time that it happened, I was really hyped for it. So I will give props to that. I like that running joke.
That's a meme now.
Yeah, I like it. I like that
joke.
joke.
That's the biggest meme out of this whole series. And even just like using it in like out of context.
Yeah. Like we were doing earlier before he actually said the line.
Yeah. All that bank heist, all that was for a diamond.
Yep. Diamond that just worth a lot.
Incredibly rare diamond that Mr. Khan said it was. And they got bamboozled.
He put the candy in the girl's hand.
He put a candy in the bag, the diamond
Which,
bag.
by the way, that girl was in the bank the whole time. She was in on the robbery.
Yeah. I saw that. But basically, the time's up. The cops are about to roll in.
Yeah.
Matt Murdock's distracting because he can hear the police counting down because he's got
at the same time
hearing.
that the other guy's about to count down.
He's like, all right, here, catch. He throws a bag, and the bag doesn't have the diamond anymore. It has the piece of candy, like the grandma candy. They don't know.
Like he holds the diamond up. He's like, look. He puts the diamond in the bag, but he doesn't actually. He sleight of hands it.
He does that shit. He's like, see?
Oh.
He's like, see, I'm putting it in the bag, and then it's just still in his hand, and then he just throws it.
And then he throws it, and it's just a candy piece in there.
And then she doesn't realize how she leaves. And I know she was tight.
Yeah.
She was like,
because not only did she leave without anything, the dude who tried to escape got caught by Matt and got his ass fucked. That fight was so brutal.
It was crazy because like it looked regular until he slammed his face on the glass, and I was like, "Oh shit,
it's gonna get real."
That's fucked up. And then he grabs on the railing, double kicks him, and then while he's leaning,
full weight knee. Oh my god!
Like
straight on his knee.
Titans,
Yeah. Knee drops him. Full weight on his knees.
Breaks
on
his knee.
Oh my god!
Breaks his whole leg.
Bends his knee the opposite way, like a fucking horse, bro.
If
horse
if
leg.
this is his knee, his shit was like fucking like this, like
horrible,
completely
bro.
caved in. And you heard the crunch and everything, and I was like, oh my god, that was
Matt
crazy.
is not fucking around this season, bro. He do not give a fuck.
He's never been like that before. I feel like
I know in the comic books he has, but in Netflix they showed it kinda, but never like this.
No, that looked like
he's way more vicious in this show. Yeah, he's way more vicious, way more vicious in this show. But I like it.
But it's because he lost his boy, bro.
You know what? Probably
it's because he lost Fonzie.
Probably
he's not holding back. The times that he needs to fight, he doesn't hold back.
Yeah,
I think that's the main thing that we're supposed to take away. He doesn't want to be Daredevil anymore, but don't try him.
Yeah, they'll put his hands on you. He like fighting for real.
Don't
Daredevil low key a YN. He's a YN. That man liked to fight, bro. You swing at him, he smiles.
He was getting jumped and he was smiling.
He likes to
so
fight
hard. And then he was like, he even threatened the cop in court the second time he went to see.
Yep.
He was like, "You're gonna need more guys if you want to do that again."
When he pushed him against the wall, he's like, "Listen, man.
I'm a good cop.
Yeah, and I'll bring my men." He's like, "Yeah, you gonna word? Bring more next time." Because remember last time you had 2?
More.
Remember you had 2 last time? I beat both your ass.
He was like, "You're gonna need a lot more, buddy, bro." And then the cop was just like perplexed. He was like, "Throw it away."
If I was that cop, I would go back to my station, like, "Yo, don't fuck with that blind lord. That man's actually insane, bro. Like, he put his hands on everybody,
like, bro. I just
and
him.
every time I go to press him, he presses me back. It's scary as shit. I don't know how to fuck with him anymore.
He be staring me down in the courtroom, bro.
He be staring me down. He don't even got eyes for real.
Oh man. Good episodes.
Yeah.
I do see the feedback that people didn't like them. If I had to wait for these episodes, like I would be a little annoyed.
And I think that's what people are like. He's still not in the suit. Like, he's still not Daredevil. I'm watching a Daredevil show and he's still just Matt. That's what everyone's been.
I
don't mind. I like Matt as Matt. It's
I
cool.
do like Matt as Matt too. I'm enjoying that dynamic. I think it's an interesting thing to do.
But we do see him use his baton at the end of this episode too. Like he picks up the baton, he opens up his closet with all his costumes.
That's in the middle of that episode. He just
is it? I thought it was at the end when he's
the end
like
of episode 4, right?
Is it 4 or 5? Or like
4. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we see Adam.
Yeah.
We see Adam in the basement, and he's like he's using the batons upstairs. So and he's like opening up all his suits because he had a bunch of them.
Yeah, he's just trying to like I think.
So
stay up to date.
We might see him put that motherfucker on.
We might. I'm excited.
We might. Which one do you think he's gonna grab? The red one, the black one, the yellow one?
The black one.
I like that. That's my favorite. The
one.
black one is so cool.
But I think it would be cool if he did the yellow one though.
We saw the yellow one in She-Hulk.
Yeah,
I like the yellow one in She-Hulk so much. The mustard Daredevil goes crazy.
Yeah, that was good. So I'm excited to see where these next few episodes go. I'm excited by the time we kick this back up again. I think the episodes will be done.
Episodes, yeah.
Yes, I think the season will be done.
Yeah, if we could, the next time we meet up, for sure.
And then we'll just go through it again. But I'm excited. I like the acting so far.
What would you give episode 4 and episode 5?
Episode 4, I will give a 7.5.
Okay.
Episode 5, I'll give it 8 because I like that episode. Okay. I enjoyed the dynamic. I enjoyed the pacing. I enjoyed what they were doing with the story.
I gave 5 a 7, right? Oh, sorry, 4 a 7.
Yeah.
I'll give 5 a 6.
Yeah. I think you bumped it up to 7.5 because of the Punisher stuff.
Okay, so I'll give 4 of 7.5, and then episode 5 a 6.
I can see that. I can see why you did that. But I enjoyed it. I liked the dynamic with the cons. I like that they set up something later in the future. So maybe whatever movie.
But wouldn't you if you were super? No, he said his daughter was in California. Never mind. I was about to say if my daughter was a superhero, I'd be like, where the fuck are you?
Come now. The bank is getting robbed.
My job is getting robbed.
I thought that too.
Pull the fuck up.
I thought that too, but then I remembered she's in California.
Yeah, he said that she was visiting Bruno.
Yeah,
her boy.
That's so funny.
In California.
But I too would have called my super dark.
I would have immediately be like, my job is getting robbed. Please pull up.
It would have been funny if he's like, "That's your daughter, right?" He's like, "No, not at all." And then he's like, "No, you're lying." She's pretty cool.
But yeah, I would love to see them interact one of these days.
I still can't get over the fact that Adam is in a cage.
Yes.
That's like it's a shark. It's like a shark cage, but
no, it's like a gorilla cage. It has bars. Yeah, it's not a fish tank.
oh, well, a shark cage you could put in water. It doesn't have water in it.
No,
a shark cage is for like when you go and you feed sharks, like as in.
I thought you meant like an enclosure with sharks. I'm like, what do you mean? They need water. I was like, what are you talking about?
It's just the way the
I know
cage
what you
is
mean.
built.
It's the cage that you drop in so that they can't get into you. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, that is kind of what he's in.
I was like, there was no sharks there.
I was like, where did you see water, bro? What the fuck?
Sharknado 5, apparently.
But yes.
But I keep asking you, I'm like, who is he supposed to look at? Is he supposed to be some guy? And you're like, no, he's just some regular guy that just fucked with the wrong person's wife.
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty much what it is. There is no Adam in the comic books. There is no Vanessa cheating on him with some random dude.
I just can't imagine. I'm like, oh man, I pulled a baddie, and then this baddie is.
She pulls up. She's like, hey, FYI, I'm sorry to break it to you.
In case it ever comes up,
my husband's currently in the hospital, and he's kind of the kingpin.
He's the kingpin. The guy that smashes people's heads with doors.
Yep.
He's that guy. The guy that like fights Daredevil and Punisher. Yeah, that guy. And lived. Yeah, it's him. But I don't think it's gonna come up in the future. But
I think he's gonna coma for a while. You'll be okay.
Yeah, so you're good, okay? And then immediately he
comes back and immediately knew.
Immediately just kidnaps him, and the therapist is like, where's Adam? And everyone's like, they both
said, I don't know. Well, one of them really doesn't know, the other one does. He's just lying.
That was scary, and I feel bad for the therapist too. I'm hoping that doesn't like
get brought up and like he has to take care of her because she finds out that he's in a basement.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't end bad for Murdoch's girlfriend right now.
Yeah.
But I feel for her. But she's doing a good job.
I like her character, and I usually don't like the love interest that they give Matt. Like, I didn't like Rosario Dawson, the night nurse. I thought she was very bland. Karen, I'm sorry. As much as other people like Karen, I think she's just the damsel in distress like archetype, and it gets very annoying that he constantly needed to save her. Yeah, it got it was every season, bro. It got really annoying.
and then even in Punisher.
Yeah, and then in Punisher, she jumps over to fucking his homeboy. She starts fucking Punisher. So I don't really fuck with Karen. I'm sorry.
Hey,
as much as
she was fucking
Matt
Punisher,
is also
Matt,
a slut.
Matt was
Matt's
fucking
also
She-Hulk.
A slut. Yeah,
so,
Matt is also a slut. I can't even hate.
You know what? It's like one of those things. You just everybody knows what's going on, but nobody says nothing.
Yeah.
Except Kingpin. Kingpin gets upset.
Who else did he date? In his show, I'm trying to think. Right, that's it. He didn't date anybody else. No. Oh, Elektra. Elektra's abusive. I don't like Elektra.
I saw a TikTok where it was like, yo, as soon as Elektra come back on the show, he's gonna drop.
He'll drop everybody. He's so like, even in the comic books, he's so like whipped by he's so obsessed with her.
So he's like Kingpin.
Kind of, but only with her because like whatever college like romance they had is what like made him explore being a person instead of just being like an orphan. Kid. Yeah.
Blind orphan.
Like it like awoke in him. So that's like so anytime she comes back he's like he drops every woman he's with to be with that lady.
You know what? That reminds me of something I want to tell you.
And also she dies to Bullseye in the comic books. Elektra.
That's crazy.
Yeah. She gets stabbed with her size by Bullseye.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Speaking of like dropping people for people, right? I was hanging out with our friend Lena, and we went to like this Broadway show.
Okay.
Don't ask me the name. I don't remember the name.
Okay.
But there was the girl who was playing like the main character girl in it. I was like, this reminds me of like a girl I was seeing like 2 girls ago. And I was like, I had this Omni-Man moment, where he's talking to Alan in the jail.
Yeah.
He's like,
I miss my wife.
I think I miss my wife. And I had that moment when I was like,
it reminded you so much of her.
I was like, this girl reminds me of like my ex, like 2 exes ago.
Yeah.
And then I was sitting there and like because she had like an extensive monologue.
Is it an ex I know, or no?
Yeah, like 2 exes ago.
Who is it?
I gotta tell you later.
Okay.
But I had that moment. I was like,
if it's who I think
it was the shorty
with that bitch.
With the 2 kids.
Oh, you fuck that bitch.
And I was like,
not because she has kids. Before I get roasted in these, before I get canceled in these kids. Not because she has kids. It's because the way she treated him. Not because of the kids.
She reminded me the girl who like the actress. I was like, who is that?
No way you went
to
go
look
her up.
From far away, she kind of looked like
no way to go look her up. Bro, to be like, is this her?
They were in the. Her name was in the playbill. Her name was in the playbill. They give you a playbill.
So you went to look her up after the playbill.
So I just opened the playbill and they have a regular photo of the actors and I was like, oh, that's not her. But I was like, Could be you.
It might have been.
Could be you.
Okay.
It could be her. Oh.
Damn.
No, she was really good. It was a play about World War II. Not World War II. Germany during Hitler's era, which is weird because it was like fakely a drag show.
Okay.
With there was
Hitler?
one.
That's a weird.
It was
show.
all over the place, bro. There was a black author who was living in Germany to write a book, and then he was apparently smuggling shit for the Nazi party.
Oh.
So he got tricked into smuggling shit because he needed money. And then during like a big like wedding, whoever the hostel he's staying at, she gets married to some guy that's been like pursuing her. They're both really old, right? And then so the buddy that tricks him into smuggling things, he comes to the party. Like, oh, congratulations! He got a big old fucking swastika on his arm, and I was like, whoa, what the fuck? I didn't know that's where the story was gonna go.
You didn't know Nazis was gonna get involved.
I didn't gay Nazis. They were definitely fucking gay. Like,
you're like, what? I thought they didn't like them people.
But I thought that was hilarious because that's probably like part of to make fun of it. Like it's probably like you're gay. Like, and there was a part where
on a different tangent. Did you heard about the Kanye thing?
No, not yet. But let me finish my joke because it might lead to the Kanye thing.
Okay.
There was one of the MCs of the play or whatever. He's like doing a musical number. Then a gorilla comes out. For some fucking reason.
Okay.
Right, a gorilla comes out, and then he's like singing to the gorilla. They're dancing, they're like hugging and shit.
Okay.
And he's like, "If you could just see her how I see her," and then like he's just like making that point throughout the song, like see her through his eyes, right?
The gorilla.
Yeah,
the
gorilla.
animal?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he goes, and this is how I know there was like 10 straight guys in this audience, like throughout the thing, and then he was like. Don't view her like that just because she's Jewish. He's saying that like the Germans viewed the Jews like probably like gorillas because it was a big ass gorilla. And then I laughed my ass off. I was like, ha ha ha. And then the guy, I swear he looked at me and he was like, that's not funny. I think that was an ad lib. I don't think that was part of his thing.
Really?
Maybe he was expecting like somebody to laugh. Yeah, and then that he'll play on that. But I think I laughed dumb hard, and I hear like a guy in the like first row down there laughing dumb hard. And then he goes like, "That's not funny," but like I don't think he was offended. I think he was just like being comedic. Yeah. And for some reason I laughed even more because he said that. I was just dying, and I think we kind of caused the room to like laugh about it.
Laughing,
because I think people were taking that too serious. I was like, but that shit was dumb funny. Because even the girl next to me, she wasn't like happy that's a like
she didn't like
that
the
I was
joke.
laughing. Yeah, I was like, oh, like shut up, bitch. Like stay over there. But yeah, that Jewish girl joke was hilarious to me, at least. And I was like, this was a good play. Except the fact that this bitch next to me didn't have, like, decorum. So, like, whenever people need to leave the row, like, everybody gets up and the last person, like, walks out as a courtesy, like, to let them completely out. We had to, like, step over her, like...
Every time?
Every time, bro. And I'm like, even the person in front of us who had her same seat would get up every time. I'm like, he's right in front of you. You don't see him do that.
Example?
Like,
follow the example.
Like, look. And then I was sitting there like, bro, I had just hit like legs 2 days ago. Yeah. And like literally the way my knees are set up against this table, that's how my knees were the whole time.
Damn.
The whole time. And then we had an intermission. I was talking to Lena afterwards, and like during the intermission, and I bought like 2 $7 waters, and then yeah, bro, and they're like this big.
No, that's criminal,
bro. A Sprite was like $7 too. At least everything was $7. And I go and she's like, "All right, intermission's over in 1 minute. No late
come
seating."
Back to your seat, yeah.
And I was like, "Time to go tear up the rest of my knee cartilage," because that the way that even the lady next to me wasn't even giving me space, and I was like, "Damn, I feel crazy." Like I was literally at some points just sitting there closing my eyes because I was like,
I'm in so much pain.
I'm about to flip the fuck out. And I didn't want to crash out during a Broadway play, but I was like, my knee was like fucking like twisted, and like I had to crisscross my legs. Yeah. And I was trying to figure out what's the most comfortable way I could sit in this thing.
That's crazy. They don't have comfortable seats for
Bro,
Broadway.
the shit.
Because that shit, you be sitting there for a while.
Bro.
Yeah.
It was tough. That mental toughness.
I can imagine.
the play started at 7. We didn't get out till like 10.
Damn.
I know. And then I walked to my car because I had parked it there the whole day. I tipped the guy $10, and then he parked like it was in a garage, so it was like a basement garage. And then he was like super surprised. I tipped him $10, and he pulled my car all the way out, so I didn't even have to drive it out.
Yeah.
You know how awkward it is to, like, try to figure your way out in like a weird garage.
Yeah.
He just did it for me, and I just walked up the ramp and I did it. So I was like, all right, cool. Now I know for next time. But the play was good. I liked it. Had fun. Except from when my knee was hurting, which was like half the time. Yeah. I was just shoving it into the play. I accidentally punched the lady in front of me, because I forgot, like, because I was like, it was like so cramped. And I think I just, like, the way I had my, like, leg, my knee, I was holding my knee, and then I think I just slipped and I punched her, and then I pretended to be asleep. Because I heard her turn around. I was on my Matt Murdock where I could hear things.
I pretended to be asleep.
I punched her and I was like, oh, fuck. And then I went to sleep. And I pretended I was asleep.
Must have been the wind ass.
I felt so bad because I socked her dumb hard in the back of the head. Not on purpose.
Yeah, of course.
But I pretended to be asleep. I was like, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Oh man, that was a good day. Oh, I just wanted to share that. I've been trying not to talk about it.
That's
especially
funny.
when I do minis by myself. I'm like, nah, I gotta tell Faber not punch this lady by accident, bro. And I pretended to go to sleep. Oh man, that was good. I'll never do another Broadway play again though.
Really?
Never.
I've never done one. I want to do one.
I gotta get the front row seat, bro. I can't.
How far back were you?
It wasn't even far back. We were like on a little
Middle?
like balcony. So
And
it was
that
like,
was packed?
yeah,
Like sardines up there?
yeah. Even up there was packed, but I feel like up there at least
There's more like room?
yeah. If I'm in the first row, I can fucking stretch out my legs.
For
you know?
sure, yeah.
But here I couldn't even fucking do this. Like it was literally.
But
like,
imagine how expensive those seats are up there.
I was literally like this, Faber.
Or is it like a theater, like a movie
was a
theater, where
theater.
like a movie theater where like it's bad to be all the way front?
No. I think the floor seating you could arrange however you want in that place, except the balcony seating that stays, I think, stationary.
Gotcha.
Because they had like a revolving stage and like there was like levels to it. It kept going up and down, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
There was a group of girls that they introduced, like kind of like recurring characters or whatever. And then one of them, because it's supposed to be set in Germany, right? So they would make fun of America. So there was a big ass girl, like huge, and they were like, "Yeah, this is Texas, because in America, everything's big in Texas."
Damn.
But she could move, she could dance, she could flip and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? She was killing it. Yeah, she was killing it. She was doing good. And then there was like there was a joke the guy made, the MC, and he was like, "Which one are you? Are you David or Brian?" And then they got like sardines. So like the MC was in the middle. One guy was like behind him, one guy's in front of him, and they did like this weird like bend thing where he would be inside of him, and then they would switch, and he's like, "Oh no, you're for sure Brian," because he was black. He's like, "Oh, you're Brian. You're the one with the big thing."
Ah.
Yeah, that was funny.
Got it.
And he was like, "Ooh, yeah, you're Brian."
Understood.
Oh man, but would I watch that again? No, probably not.
I want to see a Broadway play eventually.
No, yeah, I would too, like The Lion King or something like that.
Yeah, The Lion King
would
was a
do
good
that.
one.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? One last thing before we wrap this fucking shit up.
Kanye.
Yeah. Tell me about Kanye.
You didn't hear about his
I heard he was crashing out again, man.
Yeah.
I heard there was like series of tweets that were deleted, Twitter
Oh,
account
I don't
deleted.
know. I'm talking about his interview with academics.
What he did.
He showed up in a KKK outfit.
No fucking way.
He did the whole interview in one.
Was it black at least?
Yeah, it was black.
Hey, that makes it better, I think.
And then he took it off and was wearing a swastika.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
What?
He had a full blinged out swastika on his leg, like a big one. Like that big. Just on his leg. And he was like, yeah.
What is he even doing?
I don't know. That man's mentally ill. And nobody.
He's
wants to admit
uncancelable.
I don't know about that.
Well, I think just
He
because
just has a lot of. It's not about canceling. He just has too much money. Like once you accumulate that much money, unless he's out here overspending, he's fine. He doesn't. Wasn't the last time he released something that did well?
Swoopity poop.
He hasn't released anything that did like it's surprisingly like maybe it's done sales.
I miss the
but not-
Yeezy hoodies, man.
but
Those
not
blanks.
those blanks were nice, yeah.
I
But
miss those.
yeah, he's just not making money. But yeah, I thought it was nuts, and I was like, damn.
That's wild. I didn't even know he did that.
Yeah, it sucks.
I saw he was calling Kim a predator,
Oh, really?
a child trafficker, something like
That's
that.
crazy.
But you married her though, so what's
Yeah.
good with that, Kanye? I feel bad for bro. Honestly, what more can you do? At some point, like you just gotta stop paying attention to what he does.
That's what. Yeah.
That's all. That's really what you can do is just not give it any attention because he probably feeds off that shit. He probably loves
He
that
loves
shit.
that. Yeah, he loves that attention shit. I mean, he gets money. The more you rage bait people, right?
Yeah.
If that's what he's doing, or if he truly believes what everything he's spouting, I don't know.
I don't know either, bro. But it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Today, that was a long mini, basically an episode.
An episode might as well be.
We might as well, but I just put mini in front of it just to be around. Ladies and gentlemen, this was Idle Talk. This is
Thank you for
Favorite.
listening.
We're in the newest of Jersey, and we will see you guys
On the next
on the next one. Peace, love, joy. Adios.